Greetings and welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings. This is Goth Tarot. I am your host, Oberon, and I'm here to delve into our shadow issues to see what's below the surface of things. You know, goth-minded people generally are mystical in a sense that they sense things maybe at a different kind of level or way than other people might. I think we're all intuitive to some degree, but goth people maybe understand certain or feel certain ways about forces that maybe are not always noticed by everyone. That's why we're goth, I guess. So I do a reading based on the Mystic 7 Tarot spread, outlining 7 different points of an ascending and descending triangle, sometimes known as the Jewish star or Solomon's triangle, with a point in the center as that 7th point. And I'm going to use a number of decks that all have darker themes, more goth-minded themes, and these are such as the Santa Muerte Tarot and the Ghost Tarot. Those are both by Lo Scarabeo, a part of Llewellyn. And then I also use the Night Sun Tarot, which is again a Lo Scarabeo. I use the Crow's Magic Tarot, I forget the publisher at the moment, and the Black Tarot. And then I top it all off with some shadow work from the Earth and Bone Oracle set, which is a very good complement. It's an affirmation, some thoughts to share, maybe to help us realize there is a way to get through our goth struggles, however we look at them. So I'm ready to get going. I hope you are too. And all of the points of the first triangle, the ascending triangle, are from the Santa Muerte Tarot. So here we go. So the high point of our pyramid is the reversed Two of Pentacles. I will leave that right there. Let's move these a little bit. So that reversed Two of Pentacles suggests this is the dark design, our focus, our general tone of the week ahead. And a reversed Two of Pentacles indicates there are many things that are unbalanced and possibly troubling. There seem to be a variety of things going on for us, perhaps. We just need time to sort through it. There may be imbalances between our work lives and our personal lives and our love or other lives as well. So that's the dark design, the overall architecture. The next card is the dark drama, the outside influences, people we know that talk or say things, whatever it is. It's the reversed Emperor. And of course, I want to say the Emperor has no clothes. So it could very well be that. The reversed Emperor, for our purposes, suggests that people are indeed maybe looking at your character and feeling that you're not in control, that you don't utilize all your powers or resources. They may feel you have no power and that they're wondering if it's a result of everything you're dealing with. So these influences are present. They're not necessarily people that are hoping to capitalize on a perception of you being possibly more vulnerable at this time. But it could be possible. It could be just that maybe these are the kind of people who you know who are actually contributing to the first card, that maybe in certain ways they take away your power in situations. So that doesn't sound very great. The final card over here of the pyramid, the first pyramid or triangle, is the Dark Destiny. And this is a possible way that things could move ahead for you. Let's hope so. It's the Sun. And the Sun, for our context here, says you could really find a way to celebrate what's important right now. The idea that there is a cycle and a renewal of life. I like the sunflowers. I like the caballeros. I'm not sure if that's what they're called. It's not a mariachi band, I know that. They could be in a mariachi band. But at any rate, I digress. This is saying things could really be hopeful for you. It could be that you have favor with knowledge. You have favor with good things around you. Like I said, it's the possible way forward. Okay, so now, of course, we're going to begin our next pyramid. I think I'll just move these out a little ways here like that. And the next pyramid will start over here. I can see it maybe a little bit. It's from the Goth Tarot, Lo Scarabeo, and it's the same artist that did the Santa Muerte Tarot. So we're using the Goth Tarot for the first point of the pyramid here, and it's representing the dark shadows of our life, the thing or things that are haunting us or paralyzing us from better movement or control, the things that prevent us from some actions perhaps, the things that we consider that maybe limit us or make us fear movement or progression. And so they may not actually be ghosts or apparitions. They haunt us maybe in more, normal ways as those kind of qualities. But I won't rule out totally the idea that if there was some sort of spirit that was bothering all of us goth people right now, that maybe the cards wouldn't pick it up. I know, be careful what you ask for, Oberon. So then, what are the dark shadows? And it's the reversed King of Wands. The dark shadows, what haunts us, we may feel we're just incapable of asserting our desires somehow, asserting our energy, that maybe we feel our more goth, depressive type natures limit our ability to influence or affect people in certain ways. So if those of us who maybe have ambitions, we might find that some of our ambitions don't fit well with having a goth demeanor about us in some ways. It may be one of those mystical kind of mysticism questions we ask ourselves if we're making an impact through our charisma or through our dark charisma. I'll just throw that out there. So then that leads us to the next part of the pyramid. Point 4 over here. And that represents the dark truth. The reality that we may finally realize is present in this week's reading. The thing that, is really there for us to accept, or that we have to accept in certain ways. And I'm going to use the Night Sun Tarot. And I made a mistake. The Night Sun Tarot is the tarot that has the same artist as the Santa Muerte Tarot, also by Lo Scarabeo. And that's Fabio Listrani. The Ghost Tarot is a different artist, who I don't know offhand. Very sorry. So from the Night Sun Tarot, we're looking at the dark truth, a reality that we may have to accept. Well, it's not a bad reality. It's the Ten of Cups and it's upright. Is it possible that maybe we have more happiness or more ability to have love, or something we really care about, or something we enjoy in our lives that somehow the other things make us not see? The things that haunt us make us, like maybe it's ambition goes before understanding who loves you, who has your back. I'm not really sure about that, because I do see these other influences, trying to make our lives complicated. But maybe our lives, if they're complicated, we need to realize that we still have love. We may not be able to see our ambitions, but we have a good network. We have some sort of network. Unless, of course, this position, the next one completing that triangle, is our dark twist. And the dark twist comes from the Black Tarot. And I use the dark twist to represent the sense of an unexpected but fated thing that is likely to happen, could happen, that could really change things. The game changer. The thing that pulls the rug out or flips the script. What could that be? What could really change everything? Because really, when we look at this, we're like, okay, there's some struggles here that, Goth people understand, but still we know that, we have some love in our lives. What's the dark twist? It's the upright high priestess. The dark twist is our intuition, our secret mystical nature that I talked about with Goth people. This could be saying there's something we need to trust that's deeper within ourselves than any of these other cards imply. Even if we know we have love and appreciation and support, even if we know we have people who do make our lives harder, tether us from our agency or control, even if we know things really could mostly pick up from here, even if we know right now is very complicated or busy, even if we realize that our ambitions maybe aren't seen in a better light or are discouraged, we can still go into ourselves and see intuitively what can happen. Maybe it's an event, maybe it's not really that understanding, but maybe the dark twist is something that really makes us understand we were right all along, whatever it is. You know, the High Priestess, the Keeper of Wisdom, I think it's saying that. Our dark twist is realizing we were right all along about this matter. So now I want to do the final card, the Dark Gift. And maybe the Dark Gift will tell us what is our power here, really. What is the power that maybe we're not exactly perceiving we have or ignoring in some way. It's from the Crow's Magick Tarot, which is a pretty mystical kind of tarot. It has crows, which I like. Crows are important to me. Let's complete our Mystic 7 and find out what it is that our dark gift is or can do for us. And it's the reversed 7 of Wands. The dark gift is our ability, and maybe it comes from being goth, emo, dark magic, whatever, is our ability to realize we're not going to win this somehow. Whatever the situation is, we probably need to get away from it. The 7 of Wands could be saying we, reverse could be saying we are getting away from it. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it must be tied into the dark shadows, the thing that haunts us, the objectives we're trying to get that we can't seem to get there because maybe we can't really get other people to believe that we're our only believer. And maybe that's why we have to abandon the situation until we can really find the confidence or something to support us. Maybe that's in the dark twist. We might want to reconsider what our plans are. So now it's time for shadow work. And I'm going to use the Earth and Bone Oracle. It's 40 cards, I think. More of an oracle deck than a tarot, of course. And they're beautiful. Earthy and bony. Roots. Number 10. Roots. Endowment, ancestry, memory, legacy, tradition. Leaving your stamp on this earth and leaving behind the memory of who you are is leaving a legacy of love. Tell people that you love them, verbally or through acts of service. Leave a memory of who you are in a positive way. Impacting other lives with your light is the only lasting legacy a person can leave. The greater understanding is to be remembered. Love is the most powerful emotion to create lasting results, to remember those who we've touched or left a mark. Your legacy is one that is unique. The amount of lives that you can touch by sharing your gifts and talents is one that will leave a lasting impression on future generations. It is achieved by being true to yourself, being present, accepting, and embracing your truth and authenticity that will carve out a path for you to be of service to others. It is your service to humankind, sharing your voice through whatever form that is, that guarantees your lasting memory and legacy. You have the capability and potential to create tremendous, potent change. Your individuality is your strength. Your gifts are what sets you apart. Remember, not a single person accomplished great things by following the status quo for a normal or practical lifestyle. Embracing your individuality and particularities has the power to garner a lasting legacy that touches more lives than you can imagine. So our affirmation: my legacy is built on acceptance of all my attributes. I will not suppress or hide myself away, but boldly and confidently share my unique qualities. And when I look at the reading, I think this is a nice one here. I think there is some grappling here between things, especially in what haunts us maybe, is that idea that, of course, there is an objective we haven't achieved, and maybe it is about that. The wands are about charisma and history in some sense of that, and enterprise and knowledge. So I'm wondering if that's what it's tied up with, and maybe the idea that there are some things that maybe try to influence you to not feel your own sense of importance in the world, the legacy that you want to leave. And so maybe I re-examine the reversed Seven of Wands. And I think that our gift is to persevere even when we feel there is so much opposition or so much against what our goals are. And somehow we see some of that elsewise. But remember, too, that we did have the sun in the way things will most likely work out. So I want to leave us with that for Goth Tarot. All is good. And this was a nice reading. So I want to thank everybody for coming again today. And I wish you both dark and bright blessings, as always. Take care.